Hello and welcome to Magnetic Learning. In this session, we are going to learn about metric measures, subtopic measures of capacity. So, let's get started. Meaning of capacity. What do you understand when you hear the word capacity? What does it mean? Capacity is the measure of how much a container can hold. For example, the capacity of the bottle is the quantity with which we can fill it. Right? How much liquid we can fill or how much water we can fill is totally dependent on the capacity of this bottle. We cannot fill more than that. So that is called the capacity. How much water we can fill in this bottle is the capacity of the bottle. Another word for capacity is volume. The standard unit of capacity is liter. As we have standard unit of mass as gram, the standard unit of length as meter, so the standard unit of capacity is liter. Now let's see some of the measuring tools for capacity. Here we have beaker. This is the measuring tool for liquid. Now here you measure liquid with the help of the marking which is given on the beaker for 100 ml, 200 ml, 300 ml, how much liquid you have to measure is written on this, is marked on the beaker. Then you have measuring flask, then you have measuring spoons for half teaspoon, which measures, suppose say 2.5 ml or 1 teaspoon, say 5 ml, or say 10 ml, then say 20 ml, or so all these are measuring spoons. Now let's talk about measuring capacity. Now what idea do you get when you talk about measuring capacity? Yes, measuring capacity for liter and milliliter. How much is a liter? How much is a milliliter? Now, what quantity or what is the capacity of the container, or what is the size of the container? It could be when we talk about milliliter or liter. Let's talk about that with few examples and understand that better, of course. Here, a bottle has the capacity of approximately 1 liter. When you see the picture here of bottle, or when you see the bottle, yes, you'll find that the capacity of the bottle is of 1 liter. Yes, the bottle that you carry to school, generally the 1 liter bottle. This bottle, it's a small bottle, okay, and has the capacity to hold 500 ml of hand wash. Now when you see the picture, you will understand with the size whether it is having the capacity of liter or milliliter. So here we understand that this is a small bottle which has the capacity to hold 500 ml milliliter of hand wash. So that means milliliter is smaller in quantity than liter. Okay, it is lower in quantity, lower in holding the capacity than liter. Then comes your a barrel. Do you know what barrel is? Yes, it's a big, huge container and is about 159 liters in measurement. So it has the capacity to hold 159 liters of water or oil. Generally oil only is kept in this, so you can have water or you can keep oil in this. So here you can compare all these three pictures and you can see the difference in the capacity of holding the liquid. Okay, holding the liquid or the size of the containers. So that is called the capacity of the container to hold something. It's the measure of the container to hold what? Liquid. Let's move on to relationship between different units of capacity with liter. And here we will understand this with the help of a table. Now this is a place value chart or a table you can say with which will help you to understand the different units of capacity with liter. What is the relationship between the different units of capacity with liter? The units higher than liter and the units lower than liter, and you will understand their values, the place values. This is just, if you have seen my previous sessions, you will understand this very well. Okay, I have made you understand in the previous sessions also where measures of mass and measures of length is been explained. The same thing is over here, with the only difference, if you have understood measures of mass chart or measures of length chart, you will understand these measures of capacity very easily, with only difference of the suffix being replaced. Here your suffix will be liter everywhere and prefixes will remain the same: kilo, hecto, deca, deci, centi, milli. Okay, and to remember this, I have given a shortcut also. We'll go to that later, but before that, please see the places here. The places are ones being the base unit, that is your liter, standard unit, ones, and then your, as you move towards your right, tenth, hundredth, thousand, because this is your lower unit, lower than liter, okay, less than 1. So it will become 1 by 10, 1 by hundredth, 1 by thousandth. And as we move towards left, it will become tenths, hundreds, thousands. And so will be the place value. One's place, so 1 liter, then 10 liter, 100 liter, 100 liters, and then 1000 liters. And so will be your place value for your less than liter places: 1 by 10th liter, 1 by 100th liter, 1 by 1000th liter. And to remember this in order, there's a shortcut, and that shortcut will be: King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. If you remember this, you will remember the units, the prefixes in order always, where King K says kilo, Henry H says hecto, doesn't D says deca. Usually is supposed to be your unit, whichever topic you're dealing with, whichever metric measure you're dealing with. Since you're talking about capacity over here, so you'll be talking about liters, and then D drink, deci, chocolate C, centi, milk M, milli. So King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, which says kilo, hecto, deca, then your metric measure unit, deci, centi, milli. And here it comes like, we'll go from lower to higher unit: milliliter, centiliter, deciliter, liter, decaliter, hectoliter, kiloliter. To remember this, you can remember this shortcut. Just remember this statement, this sentence: King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, and then from the initial letter you will always connect to the first letter of your unit, and then you'll always remember the units in order, and your chart will never go wrong, and so your place value will never go wrong, and then your relationship between the units will never go wrong. Conversion from higher unit to lower unit and vice versa. Now vice versa means opposite, lower units to higher units, and we are dealing with capacity. So here comes the table. So how are we going to convert higher unit to lower unit and vice versa? That we are going to understand with the help of this table and the arrow marks. In the previous slide you saw the table, but there were no arrows going from right to left and left to right. So here what do you see? You see that the arrow is going from left to the right, and as the arrow is going from left to the right, each of the metric unit is becoming 10 times smaller. Yes, into 10 into 10, can you see? Yes, so kiloliter to hectoliter, from 1000 it has become 100, then from 100 to 10, from 10 to 1. So every time it is becoming 10 times smaller. And as we are moving from right to left, it is becoming 10 times bigger. Okay, 10 times bigger. So from lower to higher unit we divide, and from higher to lower unit we multiply. So remember students that whenever you convert higher unit of metric measures to lower unit, you multiply, and when we convert a lower unit of metric measure or metric unit to higher unit, we divide. So this, if you are going to keep in mind, you'll always be able to solve your problems very easily without any confusion. So here you remember HLM, H higher to lower you multiply. So HLM in short, and LHD, higher to lower you multiply, and lower to higher you divide. LHD. Conversion from higher to lower units of capacity. Let's solve a few examples to understand this topic. Question is, convert 5 liters to milliliter. You have to convert 5 liters to milliliter. And seeing the question, you understand that liter is higher unit, milliliter is lower unit. Higher to lower we multiply. So what are we going to do? Which basic operation we are going to use? We are going to multiply, and first we have to find the relationship. So let's solve. 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. What is the relationship between these two units, liter and milliliter? 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. Therefore, 5 liter equals to 5 into 1000. Why we are doing multiplication over here? Because we are converting higher unit to lower unit. HLM. M says multiply. So we are going to multiply 5 by 1000, and 5000s are 5000. So our answer will be 5000 milliliter. Simple. First step, find out conversion is the relationship between the unit liter to milliliter. That is higher unit to lower unit, and higher to lower we multiply. Then find out the relationship between the units. 1 liter equals to how many milliliters? 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. And then solve your problem, okay, using the basic operation which is required, which is needed to use to solve, which is needed to solve the problem. So here it is 5 into 1000, 5000 milliliter. Now next question is 6 liter 450 milliliter to milliliter. Now here we see there's a combination unit. Liter and milliliter needs to be converted to milliliter. Now in this question, what do you see? What is the difference? What difference can you see from the previous question? In the previous question, only one unit was given and conversion was to milliliter. But here, two units are given. One is liter, one is milliliter, and the question is asking you to convert into milliliter. So, this part of the question is already in milliliter. So, you don't have to convert that. Which part of the question? Here, 6 liter. Liter needs to be converted into milliliter. This part is already in milliliter. So, now we know that higher to lower unit, we have to multiply. And then we will find the relationship that 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. Now we are clear. Multiplication is to be done and the relationship is 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter. But we'll have to separate liter and milliliter. So we will write 6 liter plus 6 liters plus 450 milliliter. We'll put the sign of plus between these two numbers and between the two units. And then next step will be multiply the given number of liters by 1000 milliliter. 6 into 1000 milliliter plus 450 milliliter will be brought down as it is. Liter will be converted into milliliter. 450 milliliter is already in milliliter unit. So we will bring down the number as it is. In the next step, remove the multiplication sign. How will you remove? By multiplying and finding the product. 6,000s are 6,000. So you will write the answer 6,000. Which unit will bring down? Milliliter. Now not liter, milliliter, because conversion is from liter to milliliter. And now 6 liter has converted into 6,000 milliliter plus 450 milliliter. And then both the numbers or both the units now, liter and milliliter, both are converted into milliliter as per the demand of the question, as the question asked you. The question asked you to convert this part of the question, 6 liter 450 milliliter to milliliter. So we have converted 6 liter 450 milliliter to milliliter now. And then we will remove the plus sign. And how are we going to remove the plus sign? By adding these two numbers. Yes, because the sign of plus is over there. So our next basic operation plus is involved. So we will do the addition of these two numbers. 6,000 plus 450 equals to 6,450 ml. So milliliter. So the answer is 6,450 milliliters. So this is how you will solve your problem. Very simple way. Only two things you have to keep in mind. The first thing is relationship between the unit, higher to lower. We multiply. And what is the relationship between the unit? 1 liter equals to 1000 milliliter, and then you will continue with the process. Conversion from lower units to higher units of capacity. Now we will learn conversion from lower units to higher units of capacity, which says LHD. The moment you will learn this LHD, you will always, whenever you will say LHD will follow. And you will understand that whenever there is conversion from lower to higher unit, I have to do division. Let's see examples to understand. Convert 8000 milliliter to liter. Conversion is from milliliter to liter. Milliliter is lower unit and liter is higher unit. So we are converting lower to higher unit. 1000 milliliter make 1 liter, right? 1000 milliliter make 1 liter. So 1 milliliter equals to 1 by 1000 liter. 1 milliliter equals to 1 by 1000 milliliter. 1 by 1000 liter. So we will divide 8000 by 1000 and we'll write liter over here. So 8000 divided by 1000 equals to 8 liter. There's another shortcut way of doing, and that is using the concept of decimal. Okay, so here we know 1 milliliter equals to 1 by 1000th liter. So what are we going to do? We're going to write in the fraction format first. 8000 by 1000. Since our question is 8000, so we'll write 8000 in the numerator's place, 1000 in the denominator's place, and then we will represent this in decimal form. How many zeros do you have in your denominator's place? 1, 2, 3. Why are we writing 1000 here? Because 1 milliliter equals to 1 by 1000 liter. So 3 zeros. So we'll count 3 digits from the right of our numerator. 1, 2, 3, and then we will put a dot. And then the number which is towards our left, or that is before the dot or before the decimal point, is the number representing your liter, and the numbers after the dot will represent your milliliter. Since there's no number, all are zeros, so there's nothing in milliliter. So your answer is 8 liter. Simple. So you can use this concept of decimal representation also. Write the number in fraction form with the denominator, which will be the relationship between the units given in the question, and then represent that in decimal format, in the decimal form, and write down your answer in liter or milliliter as the question is asking you to write. Next question. Convert 6500 milliliter to liters. Now here 6500 milliliter to liter, you have to first break down this to two addends. You have to break down this into two addends. And how will you break down this, separate this into two addends? When you read the number, you will understand. 6500. So 6000 ml plus 500 ml. So 6000 milliliter plus 500 milliliter. Now we have to convert milliliter to liter. This is lesser than 1000. So this cannot be converted. So this will be converted into liter. And how are we going to convert? How are we going to convert lower to higher? By division LHD. So we will divide it by 1000. And why are we dividing it by 1000? Because 1 milliliter equals to 1 by 1000th liter. So we will divide 6000 by 1000. 6000 by 1000. 6000 divided by 1000 is 6 liters plus 500 milliliter plus 500 milliliter. And then final answer, when you are going to write, you are going to remove the sign of the plus. And so your answer will be 6 liter 500 milliliter. Simple enough. Only thing is that you have to keep in mind the relationship between the units, and then what basic operation you have to follow, whether it is division or multiplication, whether it is conversion from lower unit to higher unit or higher unit to lower unit. Since this is lower unit to higher unit, LHD division is involved, and because milliliter to liter, so it will be divided by 1000, and so my answer will be 6 liters 500 milliliter. So students, if you have found the session to be helpful and interesting, then please do like, share and subscribe to my channel Magnetic Learning. And for more videos like this, you can refer to the link given in the description box. Until then, keep learning, keep growing.